Hello there, you. Welcome to Andrew O'Neill's monthly roundup video for April 2025. Every time I do one of these, I find it less easy to remember what year it is. It's been quite a quiet month. It's not as quiet as last month. If you watched last month's monthly roundup video, there wasn't much to tell at all. I've been gigging. I've actually been out for like my first gigs. I did the Troy Club on the 2nd of April in Camden. If you've not been to the Troy Club, what the fuck are you doing not coming to the Troy Club? Come to the Troy Club. That was lovely. And then the next day, Thursday, the 3rd of April, I was horribly exhausted. Probably more physically tired than I've been since one of my very, very long bike rides. Anyway, it took a lot out of me, but it was completely worth it. Troy Club was really fun. But yeah, that night I found myself becoming very, very tired. And then the next day, so I had the Thursday off, and the next day I did a gig in Norwich. And that was a little bit more challenging to get to on my Neely scooter. But I managed to do it. I went via, here to Oxford Station to Paddington, Paddington along the Elizabeth line, which I hate that it exists because it's Crossrail and it destroyed the West End, but it's also really useful from Paddington. Liverpool Street to Norwich, Norwich to the gig in a cab. And then the green room for the gig was downstairs, and the green room for the gig was up, honestly, more stairs than I've ever seen in my fucking life. And that gig was all right. I wasn't, because I hadn't gigged for like fucking month and a bit. I wasn't very gig fit. I was sort of kneeling on my scooter. It was all right though. The audience were lovely, and I sort of reasonably enjoyed myself. And then I had the weekend off, and I did a certain amount of resting and writing and that sort of thing. It's quite weird looking at my calendar in front of me here and seeing the days that I don't have anything like going out listed. Some of them I just fucking slept. Some of them I just watched The Good Life. I've been watching The Good Life. And then I did a Bristol vegan fair on the 12th of April. I've been doing vegan events since I started doing stand-up, because I was vegan before I started doing stand-up. And there's been an interesting shape in these vegan gigs where... oh, my phone is sliding. Where when I started veganism, and when I started doing stand-up, 2002, veganism wasn't well known. It was a niche thing. When you went to a restaurant, you would often have to tell people what vegan meant, and you'd usually have to order off menu and that sort of thing, which makes you feel posh. Vegan events when I first started doing stand-up were full of punks like me who got into veganism through the kind of vegan straight edge hardcore punk sort of thing, or crust punk, and a lot of that kind of Hunt Sab sort of end of things, the Earth First direct action, that sort of thing. And then there were the kind of new age hippies, and then that bled a little bit into some unscientific anti-medicine stuff and that sort of thing. There's still a bunch of people like that. Quite a diverse sort of a crowd, but quite cool. Then veganism kind of started to become more mainstream with like Veganuary and that sort of thing. It became more and more adopted, and then that was interesting. The events got bigger and bigger. I was playing to more people, playing to crowds that were more like what I play to when I do a normal stand-up gig. And I could pretty much play them as gigs. I didn't particularly need to talk about being vegan. I also think I've been vegan for so long, I find it quite hard to write material about it, because it just is sort of what I do and what I've been. I find it hard to find things that are funny about it. What I do need to do ultimately is sit down and write a whole new 20-minute vegan set. I'll put that on my list. Anyway, in recent years, two different things have happened. Number one, fewer people are going vegan. I think I think it's plateaued. 3-4 years ago, well, probably pre-COVID, I thought that like the trend was going to continue, but fewer and fewer people are going vegan now, and also veganism is so kind of mainstream that vegan specific events have slightly lost their raison d'etre, and so the attendance has gone way down. Anyway, as a result, the gigs were a little bit harder. And the people who are left, though, the hardcore animal rights activists, environmentalists, people who were more like kind of campaigners and activists are left again. So what I actually need to do is I already did it a little bit in advance of this event, but like re-evaluate how I do vegan gigs. A day after that, I went to another one of these hard art things, which is a Brian Eno associated collaboration of artists who are doing art about hard things, environment, climate, mainly, that sort of thing. The 15th of April, I co-hosted John Higgs' book launch event. He's got a new book about Doctor Who, which is called Exterminate, Regenerate. It's really good. And that was delightful. That was in London. And it was a bit weird, actually. What I'm doing tonight is chatting to my friend John Higgs about Doctor Who, but it's also work. I got paid for doing a thing I do for free. 17th, I had my final trauma clinic appointment, in which he said, "I'm unlocking you." So what that means is I can put weight on my broken ankle. It's healed. That's the point. But the ankle I broke. Then Easter, I just wept openly and copiously about the sacrifice that our Lord Jesus Christ made for us. And I did Gebbera in Brighton on the 25th. Getting to Brighton was a bit tricky. Trains were fucked. And I think I was a bit underpowered for that gig. Then Saturday I made the song with Laurie Black that you can listen to on the thingy. And then and then on Monday the 28th I had my ADHD assessment, and I got diagnosed with ADHD. I've just done an online show, so some of you will be watching this and I'll be repeating myself, but a lot of you obviously haven't. I got assessed for ADHD and I got diagnosed with ADHD. It's not a surprise, but it was a relief. I did a show about 10 years ago called Andrew O'Neill's Easily Distracted. And it was a 2.5 hour assessment, and it was a bit raw. It was a bit, some of it was quite difficult, digging into like my childhood and how my wonky brain has affected me in things I haven't achieved and all that sort of thing. But the diagnosis was given. He practically shouted textbook at the end. What he actually said was, "Well, it's pretty clear," and I enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, it was. I feel sort of. I definitely feel a massive sense of relief that the things that I'm shit at have a reason. That I'm not just a, work shy, weak, arsehole. I'm a work shy, weak arsehole who's also got ADHD. And the fact that I know medication works for me because I've experimented with it. I'm on it now. Friends have given me, and I feel like, well, tonight is Beltane, which is all about new starts, and we've just had a new moon. Tonight's Beltane. My leg is healing. I've been given a diagnosis. Honestly, like the last 2 days, I've got so much shit done. Podcast episode, Infected Voice, that you can listen to. I got all my poster shit done for Edinburgh. Got all my posters ordered for Edinburgh. I've never been as far ahead of the game in a self-produced show as I am at the moment. I've got a feeling that things are going to get better. And you lot, I mean, you are the very, very people who are going to most benefit from it. Apart from my wife, as I get better at fucking pulling my weight and being responsible for things and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's been my month. I'm really looking forward to May. And I am in this period of my life where I've not really been able to gig. You lot are invaluable. I love you so fucking much. I appreciate you so fucking much. I'm glad that I'm going to be able to offer you more good shit. So this month you have a new song, you have a monthly roundup, and you have an hour-long podcast to listen to. The second half of the podcast pilot is going to go up very soon. The podcast is going to be launched next month. So we're going to do one every week, Infected Voice every week. And there will be extra episodes, exclusive episodes on Patreon, as well as like outtakes, live shows, and you know, when we start interviewing musicians and that sort of thing, I'll do like the whole interview and put those up on Patreon. You're going to get loads of stuff. I love you so much. You guys keep me going. You guys keep me alive. The stuff that I do is possible because of you. So thank you very much. It's been a good month. Things are on the up. Oh, also, I'm well aware that like shit out there is fucking shit. And there's an awful lot that's going wrong. And if you're affected by that sort of stuff, the Supreme Court thing very particularly, but also this kind of general bin fire of a fucking world. We're here. We're a community. So let's chat about it. Tell me about your month. Tell me what's been good in your month. Tell me what's been shit in your month. Tell me about the time you broke your leg. Tell me how the Supreme Court decision has affected you. Tell me what you're looking forward to this Beltane. Tell me about your new starts. Let's build our Patreon community a bit. There's also a Discord, but I don't understand it. I love you so much. Take care.